made a video, and I bought these two topiaries. I've never had a topiary before, so I thought that I would kind of shape them up a little bit and put them in these beautiful pots that I got. I haven't made a video in a long time because of kind of the state of America was getting me down, and then my garden got attacked by spider mites, which I thought was an overwatering issue because some of my leaves were yellowing and stuff like that. But with the help of my local extension office, I actually found out that it was spider mites. But I'll make a video about that later and show you everything that's going on in the garden right now. But tonight we're just going to pot up these cute little Eugenia Topiaries. They require medium light, so I have been keeping them, I've had them maybe about 3 weeks, and I've been keeping them on our front porch, which I used to describe as full shade, but it's not. It gets about 4 to 6 hours on, well, the steps to our front porch, 4 to 6 hours of sun. So I guess that's about medium light while it's outside. These are not cold hardy, so they're going to come inside for the winter. It says that they can only take 60 to 90 degrees, and it also, the plant tag also said just to keep the soil moist. So if it's dry to the touch, about an inch, half an inch or an inch down, then I've been watering it. So I have 2 of them here. They're already staked with these little bamboo canes and tied with some tape. And I don't think I'm going to need to adjust that right now, but I will shape up the spears a little bit, and I'll pot them in some pots. So let's get started. Okay, so I got 2 of these planters. They were only $10 at Marshall's, and they have drainage holes at the bottom. It's like a ceramic pot, maybe half an inch thick. So we have 2 of those. Actually, I'll just start with 1. I've been watching a lot of Linda Vater's videos she does potager blog, and she is just the queen of topiary. And I think the king of topiary for me would be Brandon Lark Roberts on Instagram. Both of their Instagrams are beautiful. They do a lot of I think they both do Eugenia Topiaries. They do boxwoods and myrtle. So if you're interested in more advanced advice or information, I would definitely check out both of their pages. So I have 2 bags, 2 kind of, half of a big bag and half of a tiny bag of potting soil. So we're going to see if we can get these potted up with what we have left. So I never do any kind of rocks or anything at the bottom of the pot for drainage, mainly because I didn't really know about it when I started potting things. And it's never really been an issue for me, and I've heard it's not that big of a deal. As long as you have good drainage holes, that should be all you need. So I'll pop this out of its can. I always have a problem when I'm potting things up because I always plant the plant really close to the top, so I'm going to try to be conscious of that. I'm going to try to plant it so that the top of the plant is right around this white line, and that way I can do something fancy that I learned from Linda. I'll just kind of move the sides of the soil up and lower the plant a little bit. That looks pretty good. And then I'll just backfill. And I'm just trying to get soil down all around the root ball, make sure there are no air pockets, and pack it down pretty well, because apparently air pockets around roots are a kiss of death, like the spider mites on so many of my plants. Just a little more on this side. Trying to also be conscious of keeping it straight. I don't want it to grow all lopsided. I'll pack it down on this side a little bit more. Hopefully that'll straighten her out. Yeah, that worked. Can you guys hear the cicadas? They're really loud, but I kind of like the sound of it. It's peaceful and sounds like Virginia. That looks pretty packed. That looks pretty straight. So now we'll move on to topiary number 2. Alright, so same thing. I'm just going to plant this and pack in the soil really, really tightly. If it's tilting, I'll make sure to pack it around that side extra tightly to kind of straighten it out. And then we'll trim them up a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now we'll move on to trimming. And I'm just going to kind of take off some of these longer ones. I've been turning the pot every now and then on the porch to kind of get even growth so that the sun hits it evenly and these branches grow somewhat evenly around the whole plant. But it is starting to look a little woolly, so we'll just kind of shear it up into a nicer ball shape. This is the part that I'm really excited about. As I said, I've never had a topiary before. So I'm really excited about this. Makes me think of Alice in Wonderland, Queen of Hearts garden, that kind of thing. She had a lot of topiaries, right? I know that it was rose bushes, but they were in topiary shape. So I'm just going around and trimming up some of the longer ones. I'm using a pair of Fiskars shears that are super sharp, and they have a serrated edge on the side. I love these shears. I just had to soak them in like a disinfectant bleach and water solution because I was cutting out dead limbs from some plants from the spider mite infestation. So bummed about that, but at least I know what it is now, and we'll try to get it under control. Okay, so just going around, same thing, taking off some of this new growth. Not all of it, because I do want this ball to be a little bit bigger. Just a couple more on this one that need to come off, I guess. Looks good to me. And on this bottom one, I think I'm just going to take up a couple of the lower stems and lift the canopy of this sphere, I guess. All right, let me stand back and look at it. Oh yeah. Hi, darling. This is Nandor Monty Don Whisker Pop Devant, but we call him Mont Devant or Whisker Pop. and he is the newest addition to our family. He just celebrated his birthday the same day as my son on July 3rd. My son made that up. So he is 1 year old, and he is very sweet. I don't know if you remember in a previous video I introduced you to Damo, our big, beautiful, fluffy cat, who, I mean, he's beautiful, but he's rude and kind of hateful sometimes. In fact, that's from Damo. But I'm also kind of like a child, like I just love holding them, even if they're kind of telling me to stop. This is usually the way that that message gets conveyed. So anyway, hi, I love you. Alright, so I think we're done with this one. Okay, so here's our second Eugenia Topiary. And just the same thing, we're gonna trim up the leaves and shape up these spheres. This one got really tall. Okay, I think we're done on this guy. Let me look at it. Oh no, still needs the haircut up here. I have a friend that's a hairstylist, and I wonder if this is how she feels. She can't just grab a big chunk and then lop it off with a pair of Fiskar shears. But I'm thinking about you, Monica, as I'm pruning this little taupe. Let me know down in the comments how you guys have been coping with the whole quarantine, coronavirus lockdown situation. It's been kind of rough not being able to see my friends, but luckily I have this beautiful garden and people can come over and we can socially distance here. Okay, so now this one looks about done to me. I can see myself getting really OCD and meticulous about this, but that's part of the fun. I'm not a person that minds deadheading or some of the monotonous garden stuff. It's all relaxing and peaceful to me. Okay, so we're done trimming, we're done potting, and now for the last thing I wanted to do, they look so cute, but now it makes me think that this one needs a little bit more off the top. There we go. I feel like a surgeon. Did you guys ever watch Kill Bill? And that girl that has the shotgun and she says, I'm like a surgeon with the shotgun? That's how I feel about these shears. I love them and they feel like part of my hand when I'm holding them. The last thing I wanted to do, and this is a special tip that I picked up from Linda Vater at Potager Blog. It looks like potager if you're looking it up, but it's potager. Is top dress these plants with some gravel. Oh God. Okay. So these are marble chips. I grabbed these at Home Depot, I think. I think Linda uses pea gravel on hers, but I thought that this white shade would be really pretty against this white pot. So let's see how this looks. Alright, so we're just going to take these marble chips and set them on top of the dirt. And this is supposed to help with moisture control because the rocks will prevent the water from evaporating so easily from the pot. And it also creates a little bit of humidity for the plant too, which will be especially nice when I have to move them inside for winter. Oh yeah, that's gorge. All right, let's do this other one. I need to get this guy. This little guy was hanging out of sight. All right. So cute. I'm really glad that I planted it lower than I normally would have. I have forgotten to water some days, and when that happens, the soil dries up from the sides of the pots, and if you have it planted too high, that water is just going to run right off. It's hard to penetrate into the soil when it's planted up so high. So, lesson learned, and practiced on these little guys. I am super pleased with these. They look so cute. And I hope you enjoyed watching it. The last thing I have to do is just water them in. But let me know if you guys have any topiaries or if you're interested in growing them. Just leave me a comment and I'd be happy to respond to it and talk to you. I love talking to any and everybody about gardening. So if you have any questions, I don't know that I'll know the answer, but I'll research it for you and figure it out. So just leave me a comment if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.